And we are wrestling with WWE SummerSlam, Night 1 and 2. It took place last Saturday and Sunday in, it's not, doesn't say where it is. Oh, there we go. Minneapolis, Minnesota. It took place at
Minnesota.
The U.S. Bank Arena.
U.S. Bank Stadium.
Yes. And night 1 attendance was 36,683. Night 2's attendance was 33,086. Significantly lower for night 2. We'll talk about the quality of each show in a bit. But that's a significant difference, I would say. But the grand total for both nights was 69,000. So, not a bad number to land on in the end. So yeah, let's talk night 1. I thought that night 1 had good energy, honestly. I was kind of present for everything. I felt like everything flowed well. I honestly just felt like it was a solid, card, 6-match card. Where everything landed made sense, and I thought the match quality was pretty good as well. What say you, Kaliko? Kaliko?
I mean, everyone was just having this debate. Like, everyone was just having that, talk about night 1 or night 2 being better. And personally, I thought night 1 from beginning to end, as a whole, was better than night 2. I guess, and it's weird because I'm in the minority, because I'm like, everything flowed. It, like you said, it flowed. The matches were good. There were no matches people were trying to skip out on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I thought personally, even the whole Punk Cody thing was nice. The Brock Oba thing was crazy. And oh my God, I got a story for you.
Oh, yeah?
But yeah, and it deals with these bloody mother effing chairs. But we'll get to that. I will get to that in a minute. Now, me personally, I thought night 1 was a better flow as a whole. I thought night 2 had the better opening and ending, which, I mean, at the end of the day, that's what matters, right? Night 2, the opening and the closing made it strong, and you had some stuff in the middle that was okay, but most people probably
Okay
is
is
poo-pooing
putting
the
it
Danhausen.
mildly, I would say. I think okay is a generous.
I mean, okay, okay, because the Gable Penta match was good. I mean, when we're saying okay, we're basically, let's just be honest, we're shitting on the Danhausen Dom match.
And I will be equally shitting on the Baron Corbin match as well. But
Corbin. Wait a minute.
We will get there.
Corbin match. Wait, what?
We will get there when
really?
we get there.
Now, before we get to this, I want to take my time and talk about the city of Minnesota. And
sure.
Honestly, Minnesota as a host city, I've never been to a quieter downtown in my life. But then I realized why that downtown is quiet. Because they don't sell liquor after 10 o'clock. What the fuck kind of shit is that? How are you a sports city and don't sell alcohol after 10? They don't serve alcohol till 8 a.m. Then they got the goddamn motherfucking audacity to say, oh no, you can't buy alcohol at stores, like liquor. You can't go to the Ralphs or a Kroger and get liquor. You gotta find a dedicated motherfucking liquor store. Like, I'm just gonna spend all my goddamn time running all through Minneapolis looking for a motherfucking liquor store. That's the shit I really don't like about Minneapolis.
And you went all
Because
over
Cleveland, at
Minneapolis.
least, Cleveland will let you drink. And Cleveland will let you buy drinks. So I will say that. But on the flip side, Minneapolis got some of the best food I've had in a while. And the people were freaking amazing and friendly. Just not a bad person in sight. Pretty dope. And it's very walkable from the hotel to the convention center to, like, when I say, like, as a wrestling review, as a SummerSlam review, or as a PLE review, if I had to give this 1 to 5 stars, 5 stars.
Hmm.
And the reason being, because the reason being is, if you got a rental, you could just go straight across the lakes to St. Paul and get some of the good ass food that everybody was talking about, which is like the cheeseburger with the cheese in the middle. And I just realized, I was like, why would they say that? Why would they say a cheeseburger with the cheese in the middle when cheese is usually in the middle of a cheeseburger if it's a double cheeseburger? But it's because it's like a molten lava cheeseburger where they stuff it in the bitch and you bite it and the cheese just oozes out and burns your shit like Michael Jackson in a Pepsi commercial. But it's pretty good.
Why would you
That
use that
being said,
analogy?
what?
Why would you use that analogy? Kaliko? Respawn?
Respawn. And I like the fact that I could goddamn hypothetically walk my ass from my room to the hotel to get some shit from the store, get back to my hotel, to get to the goddamn stadium in time. It was pretty dope shit. Pretty dope shit.
Well, let's get in.
Doesn't want to walk.
Let's get into the night one match card. First match out. Liv Morgan defeated Io Sky in 13 minutes and 35 seconds to retain the women's world championship. I thought that this was a solid match. Definitely, obviously, Io is one of the best they have. They had a good match, quite literally a month ago at Night of Champions. I didn't necessarily think that this match was as good as the Night of Champions match. But I do think that it still had, what it needed, um, to be a good, start of the night and kind of get people into, everything. It had the Gaga and the things it needed to make Liv Morgan, be the antagonist. So yeah, I thought that it worked well. Again, I thought that their last match was better, but I digress. What say you?
I mean, it was a good start. It was physical. That match was physical. I will say that. That match was very, 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 like, being there in person. They were laying it on each other. So I give them kudos for that. Liv retaining, it kind of made sense because, it's one of the fool me once, fool me twice thing. It's hard to beat a person twice, especially considering in, like, back to back, right?
Right.
Like, back to back match. Liv, I mean, people get mad, gonna bitch about her title defense or whatever the case may be, but I mean, lo and behold, she kind of earned it. Because she's only was putting in that work all of last year and the year prior. So I mean, it ain't like the girl, was skating. It ain't like she was part time in it.
Sure.
Um, So I give her props for that. And it's going to be interesting to see where they go from here. One with EO, and then two with the Judgment Day. Now that they got the IC title and the women's title, and how Roxanne plays into that.
And obviously Becky Lynch has returned, and La Primera, and obviously
Ooh, La Primera.
Soul just lost the title, and Lyra is in the wings looking for a title shot herself. So I mean, there are a lot of moving parts to all of this for sure.
It is. It's going to be interesting to see because with War Games coming up in about 3 months, it'll be interesting to see how they work this, depending on what teams are they planning on putting in the War Games.
Well, I mean, there was no
Because on
teams
one
last year.
side, I mean, because what?
There was no. I mean, there was no women's faction. Oh, you're talking
No, no,
about
no.
either Judgment Day or Fatal Influence.
I'm that you got Fatal Influence and you do have Judgment Day, but I'm also looking at it like Anaya Lash, Anaya Lash, Jade's got a group. Jade's got a group.
I mean,
Charlotte and Alexa as a team. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see like who they pick.
let's definitely not
Who
repeat Jade's group, because the two of them, her two baddies, are useless. Honestly, I mean, nobody's paying a ticket to see Michigan and BFAB. So it's gonna have to be Fatal Influence or Judgment Day.
That's what I'm guessing. And if it's Judgment Day, you can see the Stephanie Becky team up.
Right.
It's just a matter of who are those other two and who is going to be I mean, what, Stephanie, Soul, Becky?
Right. And I can make the argument that because Judgment Day needs a fourth member, that you could do Lyra, because Lyra is, a heel right now. And, she has intention, so, promise me a title match and I'll help you out here. You know what I mean?
Uh, I don't think Lyra is out there like that. To be, she's not of coherent sound to be like negotiating. If that makes sense.
I mean, it's 3 months away. She could get there. She could get coherent enough.
The match was hard hitting. Me sitting second row. Thanks, Club WWE. I will say that. That's another shout out, Club WWE. That was clutch. I'm not gonna lie. And so, hey, excuse me,
Bless you.
but but I mean, yeah, the right person won. It kind of steps over, and now you got Liv, and now you see why Liv won, because you got two people running after her, which is it prolongs that storyline. Vice, if she had a lost, the Stephanie return would mean nothing, right?
I don't think it means anything. I don't think that the title needed to be attached to Liv for her to want, a piece of Liv's ass. Since she's the one that injured her.
I think so, because it keeps Stephanie in the title picture,
True.
and the fact that you got Becky there, it gives Stephanie possibly two hurdles to get through simultaneously.
True. How many stars do
So
you... Oh, continue.
so yeah, no stars. This was solid. I'm a Full disclaimer: in-person bias. Drinking Purple Rain from the stadium. I would say a good 4 because it was physical. It was a physical 4.
I thought it was a good opener, solid opener for the show and the tone of everything. Um, but I don't think that it was as good of a match as their Night of Champions match. So I'm going to give it a 3.5. Um, do we have Uncle Dave's uh star rating, or are we skipping that this time around?
I'm about to, you know what? Right as you said it, I pull it up. So I guess we have to play the episode of Guess That Rating, Purple Rain edition, because it's Minnesota. So cue up the Purple Rain.
Yeah, we do not have the budget for queuing up Purple Rain. So
Shit. You should have told me. I would have gave you the video from the concert I went to when he played Purple Rain.
I don't think we could even play that.
What?
Copyrights is a bitch, my guy.
Yeah, copyrights are on it.
Yeah. All right. So Uncle Dave.
Uncle Dizzle.
3 7/5.
Higher.
4 1/4.
4 1/4. You cheating, motherfucker.
All right. Now we have LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, and Royce Keys defeating Jacob Fuck You, Jimmy, and Jey Uso in 11 minutes. I thought that this was a really good match. I think that this had all of the intensity and funness that a 6-man tag should probably have on a card like this. I don't think that there was never not a moment of Gaga in the match. I absolutely adore the fact that Solo did the rewind of Jey Uso's entrance, and he taunted him with that. I thought that was fantastic. And we got the hug between LA Knight and Solo at the end of the show, which was good as well. All in all, it was a good, fast-paced match. It didn't overstay its welcome, and it did what it needed to do in the time allowed it. And just an offbeat thing, that mask that Jacob came out in was fire as fuck. What say you, Kaliko?
Jacob's entrance almost burned my eyebrows. Full disclosure. That's how crazy it was, the fire. But anyways, Solo was such a goddamn fool in this match. I swear to God, he was just like, you couldn't take your eyes off of Solo because you were just like, damn, when he did the yeet shit. Oh my God, I got it on video. I have to send you what I was like playing ass. I ain't even gonna lie to you. When he did that, I'm so goddamn hard. It was so funny. His comedic timing is otherworldly, I must admit. Like, it is crazy. Overall, the match worked well. Jay taking the pin helps a lot because now you can kind of see, well, Jay's frustrated, and especially being frustrated considering that, like, the difference a year makes for him, right? This time last year, this was probably where it started to crash out, because keep in mind, he lost the title.
Right.
And So he lost the title and was fighting Bronson Reed last year. So I mean,
Yeah, he was teaming with
so
Roman against Bronson, the Bronze at SummerSlam
right,
last year.
right. So it kind of to me and me digging into deep, it digs into that downward spiral for him. Um, LA gets the pin, gets to call his shot. Solid, solid, solid all around. Roy's got the win. Roy's got a win before he took an ass whooping the next night. But yeah,
That's
uh,
putting it mildly.
putting it mildly, yeah. So I mean, it all worked. It was honestly that match. I I felt like it could have, due to the comedic timing, it could have went a little longer for me because just to see what Solo was gonna do, you know.
Right. So, how many stars you give this one?
Just because Solo, it was a four. It was a four to me for Solo. Just Solo alone. So just couldn't keep your eyes off of him.
I I'm trying to find a reason to bump it down, but I'm not. There's no like really significant reason, so I would give it a 4 star as well. I thought it was a solid match for sure. All right, Uncle Dave, 3 and a quarter. Oh, and I believe we lost Kaliko. If Kaliko was even
No, no higher.
higher,
Higher.
3.5.
3.5. You cheating, man.
Alright, then we have Gunter versus Nick Aldis, and Gunter defeating Nick Aldis in 11 minutes 40 seconds. I felt like this match started out really slowly, and it seemed like the crowd wasn't necessarily biting all of that much. I'm sorry to say this, but not a lot of people know who Nick Aldis is out of, the general manager role. So I could understand where, maybe some people didn't feel like, you know, it was something they would find interesting. But I would also say, they definitely brought it around where they had the people, cheering and clamoring and really got people invested in the match. I thought that, Gunto plays the best foil. You know, one thing that we don't talk about when it comes to Gunter is his ability to sell and his ability to tell a finely tuned story. And I feel like this was a great example of his storytelling prowess. Um, and just at the ending of the match, he even admitting, that was harder than I thought it was gonna be. It just, it makes Nick look so much better in that moment. And then obviously, at the very end, his wife and his son came in the ring, got to share that amazing moment with him. He got that amazing moment, having never stepped into a WWE ring. I felt like everything really messed and worked really well in that match. What say you, Kaligo?
I mean, but what you were saying about Gunther, that fits into his character. Because his character is that his arrogance turns to hubris at times.
Right.
If that makes
Mm-hmm.
like that, which is good because in the end he ends up getting what he wanted and he ends up showing he's the better guy. He just ends up where he's underestimating him. We've seen this story with Punk. That's literally Punk, Jay, name a person, where he lets his arrogance and his hubris comes. And you don't want to lose that. I mean, because people think it's boring old school, and it's like, no, it's just like he thinks he's just the better wrestler point blank period. And at times he thinks he's so good that he doesn't have to exercise as much energy that he thinks he does, which kind of makes him, that's the weakness, right?
Right.
Just last longer than what he thinks you are. And that sows doubt into Gunther. So if he loses, like how people, oh my God, they killed the career killer thing. No, that wasn't the point. Him ending the careers was just him being a pretty much his own troll. Like, I'm knocking all these old motherfuckers off the park. So, and I'm the man. I'm the guy. I'm better than anybody in here. Put anybody in here now, snap them off, and then Nick comes in, and people may not. The casual fan may not know, but come on, man. Like, it's Minnesota. That's all they do. It's a wrestling ish state. You know what I'm saying? So I think they would know, right? So, and I get your point where it started slow, because I would have thought right when the bell rings, it's a Pier 6 brawl, because they've been Pier 6 brawling the whole goddamn time anyway.
Right.
So I get that point, because I'm like, damn. I mean, I would have thought they went at it like when Punk and McIntyre a couple years ago. But, they took it to the mat, and Nick was able to show what he was able to do. He came up a little short. He got his one match WWE clause. It got right back in that suit.
Quite literally the next night.
Literally. I was like, wait a minute. How you give up a job and then get rehired for the job the next day? I'm like, ow,
Right.
ow. But whatever. The right person won. It was the right amount of time, especially considering, Gunther pushing him to the deep end with the ring rust. So it kind of played into it.
How many stars you give this one?
Uh, by this time, I was probably like fifth Purple Rain in. A good 3.5. Good 3.5.
I agree with that. 3.5. Like I said, it was they knew what they had and they knew how to execute it perfectly. Maybe maybe it's 4.5 a star more, 4 stars. I don't know. Yeah, I'm
I
confident with.
mean, if they had to started off with the brawl and then it got to the wrestling, I probably would have, like, had it not started off so slow, because the whole point of the buildup was that they literally were like, we just want to fucking knock each other's heads off, right?
Right.
So when the bell rings and I don't see that after you as a guy, and you're telling me, you guys can't stand each other, and the bell rings and y'all just doing this deep stare, like, no, y'all go at it.
Um,
So that's why it's a 3.5.
Fair enough. I'll stay at the 3.5 as well. No, no. I, I, I was going with 4. Let's go with 4. 4 for that match. Alright, that brings us to Fatal Influence, JC Jane to the beat. Hey, you don't even have to move your feet. Fallon Henley and Lainey Reed defeated Nikki and Brie Bella and Paige in 7 minutes 30 seconds. I wanted to like this match so much because obviously it's JC Jane and Fatal Influence's, first PLE on the main roster. And it just seems like everything was kind of against them, if I'm being honest. Like even their entrance, like the camera was not in the proper position. The Bellas were in their way during their entrance, and then you had you know, I don't want to say it was ring rust or what, but the Bellas did not necessarily flow as well as they could have, and I mean Brie quite literally got injured during the match. Uh, and I do feel really bad for her because, her sister literally just came back, and then, she's now on, the injured list. So, that on in its own really sucks. But at the end of the day, Fatal Influence got the W, so I'm happy. So, so it could have been a it could have been a better match by all means, but it is what it is. But what the outcome I was looking for, I got, so I'm good. What say you, Kaliko?
Hey, you said they like Tupac against all odds in this bitch. It, yeah, you could tell like Paige was kind of there. Bree, you could tell Bree and Nikki just. It's almost like, I mean, Bree, it's an unfortunate injury, so I hate to say that. And then, of course, Nikki coming back from injury, so there's a rest. So, in essence, you can make the argument that a cohesive unit took advantage of two people with ring rust and one who's actually trying to get, well, three people with ring rust because Paige is pretty much in the same boat. I mean, getting the cobwebs out. So you can make that argument, but that still doesn't deter from like the flow and the timing of the match. Uh, Give Nikki credit for brunching all the heel work after the match.
Right.
Because Brie was sitting there like, get me the fuck out of here. Get me the Kaiser right now.
And not Ludwig.
Exactly. So, I mean, so I get at that point. So we'll get to see where that rivalry with the Bellas and Paige go, and then you get to see where Fatal Influence goes, because right now they got the tag team gold, and that means they could just hop to every goddamn show.
NJC is in contention for the United States Championship. She has a match with Tiffany next week on SmackDown.
I mean, I still could see Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank winner.
That's
Calling it.
still very much prevalent, I would say. If we ever get to Money in the Bank. Unless they decide to postpone it until December.
I mean, shit, it might as well just be in the Royal Rumble match. Or put it right back in the Mania match. Shit, at this point.
More or less, yeah, I'd say. How many stars do you give this one?
2.5. Generous? A generous 2.5.
I'll give it the Fatal Influence 1 bump. 3 stars.
Oh, gosh.
Alright, then we have CM Punk. Oh, no, we didn't do Uncle Dave's match for Gunther and Nick either. So we should start with Nick and Gunther with, Dave's, star rating.
Let's go.
3.5.
3.5. This ain't fun no more.
The Fatal Influence match, 2.25.
Lower.
1 7/5.
No.
2.
1.5.
1.5. No love for Fatal Influence. Alright, that brings us to CM Punk defeating Cody Rhodes in 30 minutes 10 seconds to retain the WWE Championship. thought that this was a solid match, but I mean, they're two of the best that WWE has right now to offer. So you know, can't see why it wouldn't have been a good match, honestly. Uh, I would say that if there was any, issues I had with this match, it would probably be that horribly missed moonsault of CM Punk. It was just, terrible, honestly. But like other than that, I thought it was a solid match. Randy Orton made his, return, cost Cody the match. Um, all was well, I would say. What say you, Kaliko?
Yeah, ringside for this with two. Pretty good, solid match. Good storytelling. Uh, that moonsault was shitty. Punk, punk. Nah, nah, never again. I did like the fact that he came out with the Green Bay trolling. As a Chicago fan, trolling them with the Green Bay is just a whole other level. Which made me go, okay, I guess he's the heel tonight. Kudos to the production team for that Street Fighter intro. That shit was nice. Not even gonna lie, that was pretty dope. Uh, Orton's coming back. That's good because now that keeps Cody busy, which is what everybody wants, him away from the title. So, yeah, all in all, it was good. It's good to see Punk continue winning at SummerSlam. After taking the L at Mania twice. This is 2 years in a row he lost at Mania and came back at SummerSlam and won the main event. So, hey,
Right. Always the
gotta knock
summer.
it.
Always the
Always the
summer.
summer of Punk.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna be like 88, and we're gonna be yelling "Summer of Punk."
How many stars you give this one?
That moonsault takes away. I think, like that moonsault, brother, takes it away. A solid. I give it a 4.25.
Mm, I'll just give it a 4. Alright, Uncle Dave. I say that he gave this 4.25 as well.
This is not fun anymore. I don't like you guessing right.
Because I see you vibing with Dave over there with your corridors.
Well, sir, I was drunk by this point. So drunk. See, I got a night one story for you. See, and it got to do with the chairs. Which WWE, they fucked people over on those chairs. We'll get to that after night one.
Well, that brings us to the main event, the last match, what everybody came to see. Obafemi defeating Brock Lesnar in hell in a cell in 11 minutes 40 seconds. Might quite possibly be the shortest Hell in a Cell ever, but you would have to quote me on that. But yeah, I thought it was a solid match. I mean, nobody expected this to go long. Nobody expected it to be pretty. It kind of was what it was, but it did get the job done that it wanted to do. I thought the little nod to the Undertaker was really nice. And then, yeah, obviously, Oba took the W, cementing himself as the future, the next big thing. And yeah, good way to end the show. What say you, Kaliko?
I mean, that was the kitchen sink match. Everything but the kitchen sink match. Brock pulling out the tombstone told you what he needed. What he thought he had to do. So yeah, I mean, there was that. And yet it was not enough as the ruler takes his fate and dethrones Brock Lesnar. And a short but sweet match. It was short and sweet. Which, I mean, that's always Brock's matches. He's not like, but I can't remember the last time he had a match over 30 minutes.
I can't remember last time he had a match over 15 minutes.
Hey, his entrances are about as long as the matches.
He's there for a good time, not a long time.
Hey, he gets paid by, he doesn't get paid by the hour. That's for damn sure. Anyway,
How many stars do you give this?
so, short, sweet, to the point. I mean, a 4, considering that all the gaga after. I mean, Brock is short on words. I'm the past, he's the now. Bye, bitch. Like he might as well just said that. He's here, I'm gone. Bye, bitch. That's what he might as well have said.
I mean, basically, that's what he said. So, yeah.
I'm just giving you the layman's terms.
I mean, it definitely wasn't pretty, but I mean, in terms of Hell in a Cell matches, it was definitely not up there, in my opinion. Considering the last Hell in a Cell match we had was Punk versus Drew McIntyre, and that was, an absolute 5-star match. So, I'm gonna have to give this a 3.5, if I'm being completely honest.
Fair enough. I was there, so I give it. I told you, I gave y'all the disclaimer. I was there, so it's getting a bump.
Right.
The I was there bump with the I was drinking bump, plus the fact that I didn't know that they stopped selling alcohol till I was 2 nights in bump. Anyway,
Oh, Uncle Dave. 3.25?
3.25. No, higher.
3.5.
3.5.
Alright. Night 1. Show as a whole. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle.
I told you, thumbs up, because I like the flow. The matches didn't seem too long, right?
Right.
Because to me, it felt like night 1 breezed on by. Even though night 2 with the Danhausen match breezed quicker, but for some odd reason, it felt like night 1 had the right flow timing-wise. You didn't feel like each match didn't feel rushed, if that makes sense.
Right. I mean, the least amount of time given was 7 minutes. Was at the and the match given the most time was Punk and Cody with 30 minutes. There seems to be like a baseline of 11 minutes for every other match except the opener. So,
Yeah.
I mean, every match was given, let's say, be generous and say 10. Every match was given 10 minutes, except the ones that were maybe a bit more important.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I agree. I really enjoyed Night 1. I thought that it was just a solid overall SummerSlam, so I definitely give it a thumbs up as well.
Now let's get into the story about these motherfucking chairs. Because one, there was a critical error on one of the chairs. And why do I say one of the chairs? Well, because somebody in WWE thought it was a good idea to go, hey, we got 2 main events. how about we do 2 separate chairs for one night?
So there's 2 separate chairs for one night.
There's night 1 has 2 chairs. And we didn't realize it until like halfway into the show.
Okay.
So I'm sitting there going, wait. I just see, because like where I sat was Punk Cody. So I'm like, okay, Punk Cody, cool. And then I'm looking at the other side and I'm like, wait a minute. There's a Brock Oba chair too?
That is bullshit.
So the way that they set this up was depending on the section you were in was the chair that you got. So if you were probably like the opposite side of the cameras, you got a Brock Oba chair. If you were on the opposite sides where the ring behind the announcers and the ramp, you got a Punk Cody chair. Here's the kicker. The Punk Cody chair had one huge error on it because it said Punk versus Cody street fight.
What?
Which threw everybody off because we was like, wait a minute. The match is a street fight? Where the fuck was it a street fight? So, SummerSlam, for the first time in history that I know of histories, you need 3 chairs to complete that set. I got the 3 chairs, but it was just a bitch to I was able to get out with 2 Punk Codys and a couple had 2 Oba Brocks, and we were like, hey bro, just 1 for 1. Let's just go ahead. We were trading them out like Pokemon. But yes, this is the first SummerSlam. I mean, this is the first PLE that I know of in which it's a 3 chair set, because night 2 was just Punk Rollins. I mean, not Punk Rollins, but Roman Rollins.
Okay.
So everyone got a Reigns Rollins, and then depending on where you sat, you either got a Reigns Rollins and a Punk Cody, or a Reigns Rollins and a Brock Oba, or if you like me, who is an eclectic chair collector, got all 3 of them bitches.
Okay.
And I was like, that's a bitch move, WWE. But I get why they did it. Brock's from Minnesota. Why the fuck would they not have Brock on the... You know what I'm saying?
Just
why the fuck?
Put Cody and Punk on the top of the chair.
Oh, no. Both of them are on the bottom. All of them are on the bottom. So all the main events are on the bottom. Yes, sir.
That is yes.
It is if you didn't have 2 wristbands. If you had 2 wristbands, you were good to go. And shout out to Minnesota. They got this shit right. Because there was no fighting. There was no arguing. Because you got your wristband the moment you walked in. You got your wristbands when you walked in. So you got to the floor. You got your chairs. Like, hey, can I just get 2? Can I get 1 of each? Yeah, go for it. I love Minnesota. That's why I like Minnesota. See? They ain't trying to tackle a bitch like Vegas. They ain't trying to shoot people like LA. It's just, smooth.
In LA. Of course, they don't need a reason to shoot you in LA, and you know that.
They don't, but if they security, they want one.
Yeah, they want the smoke.
Yeah, they want the smoke. So that's what I said. So I mean, that's what I said. Minnesota gets a shout out from me. That's why I fucks top easily a great city. It's a great city. Downtown could use some work, but yeah, as far as nightlife. But yeah,
Hey, folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show. Support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.